Hey, today is May 28th. It's a Friday, and I'm going to be going over the one trade I took today. It was NVDA calls. In the last 1.5 years I've been trading, this is by far my biggest ever win. And I'm going to be recapping it because, Dylan wasn't here to take this trade. He tried getting filled on the highway, but I mean, props to him for, trying to get filled. I don't think I would ever be able to do that, but um, I'm going to be going over why exactly I took this trade, what I saw, and honestly how I could have improved this trade a bit. So as always, I always stress the higher time frame analysis. I need to look at the higher time frame just to see where the stock is trading and if there are any clear areas of support and resistance. And you can see that the 630 key level has been a clear area of resistance, which a lot of traders have been watching. 630 has been acting for a barrier. You can see that we acted as resistance at 630 a couple of weeks ago. We sold off. We came back up on stock split news. And then over the last week or this week, we failed at 630 multiple times. We failed here on Tuesday. We failed on Wednesday. And then we failed again on Thursday. So the entire week I've been eyeing this setup, this 630 key level break / psychological number. And I know that a clean break of 630, considering the fact that we don't have supply all the way till 644, is going to cause a huge move up. Yep, that's the higher time frame analysis. Let's go down to a 5-minute time frame so I can clearly tell you where I entered, why I entered, how I could have improved this trade. Okay, so you can see that ES's first 3 candles are red, NQ's first 3 candles are red and green with upper wicks. So both of them had a very weak move up. What did NVIDIA do though? NVIDIA moved from a low of 620 all the way to a high of 630 with no period of consolidation, no upper wicks even, just very small upper wicks. So you can see that this was a straight move up compared to ES and NQ. So what is the first thing I always look for? I stress this in every single recap video I make. It's very repetitive. I look at the same shit over and over. But what I love is relative strength and weakness. And right from the first 15 minutes, I identified that NVIDIA had relative strength. So that's my first confirmation. Second confirmation, obviously being, a strong break of 630. I've been watching this level for quite a bit of time now. So that's my second confirmation. My third confirmation, just looking at ES and NQ, we did have this resistance level on both ES and NQ. We kind of chopped around it, but we did have 3-hour supply on NQ. However, this supply was used supply. So I was actually anticipating a small pullback and then a break of the supply. I'm not very interested in used supply because they are weaker, so I really wasn't worried about supply. Especially when we started coming down, NVIDIA held the value, I was more confident. So I did go over 630 key level break, relative strength. Look at this volume too. Super consistent volume. Volume is not decreasing, it's consistent towards the breakout. So that's letting me know that buyers are willing to pay the higher price to hold the stock up. So that's 3 confirmations. The fourth confirmation is I'm not going to chase this $10 move up, right? I know probably a couple of members took the 630 break as soon as we broke, but my question to you is why the hell would you buy at 630 knowing we just moved $10 with no period of consolidation, right? This is the definition of chasing, right? Why would you chase a $10 move up with no period of consolidation? If I go to a 1-minute time frame, I never use a 1 minute. I've tried. I've even blown up an account trying to use 1 minute. It's just not for me. But you can see that even on the 1 minute, this was pretty much a straight move up with a couple of red candles. So why would you buy up here knowing that we have no period of consolidation? This is what you call a nice pullback. You can see that we nicely pulled back $2. You can see it even better on a 5-minute. We had what you call a clear 5-minute rally. This 940 was a rally candle. This 945 candle was a basing candle. And then this 950 candle was a nice rally candle. So clean 5-minute RBNR. That's 4 confirmations. Obviously, fifth confirmation being that, okay, NVIDIA doesn't have supply for $14 above. So not only is this going to act as a magnet, but it leaves NVIDIA a lot of room to run to the upside. So five confirmations going into this trade. This is what I call a golden setup. These type of setups happen, in my opinion, once every month. The last time I seen a setup like this was on Tesla, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago when we rallied. I don't know, contracts were up like 300%. So this is a golden setup. I entered at 9:53. I have my uh, I have my other laptop and I'm looking at my fill. So I entered at, I think it was 9:53. Uh, Immediately we got this move up. At this point, I'm not gonna lie, my emotions were all over the place. I am panicking a little bit. Wait, am I even recording this? Okay, I'm recording. Thank God. At this point, I'm panicking. I look at the screen. My interactive brokers platform, TWS, is not frozen, but it stopped moving because Nvidia moved that much in such a short period of time. So I used Dylan's strategy. What I did is I entered three contracts at 176. I tried putting a limit of two at $3 because it was trading near that. Unfortunately, I didn't get filled, so I quickly canceled that order and just marketed out the two contracts because my emotions were all over the place. That's something I need to work on. So I exited two at 276, so I caught $1 on two contracts. And then the next second the contracts are trading at 340. So then the question to myself is, why was I just not a little bit more patient? I could have got an extra $50. But the contracts are now at like 330, 350. So the contracts are literally skipping 10, 20 points at a time. So I just blindly put a limit out at 4 to see if it gets filled. And then in the next 2 seconds, I get filled at 4, which is just unbelievable. I entered at 176 to put that in perspective. So I banked $420 on this trade, my biggest ever winning trade, and yet I still am a little bit disappointed because the question to myself is, why the hell would I place that limit at 4? Why would I exit my final contract knowing that Nvidia had so much more room to run? I exited at 4, and at the top of this green candle, contracts were at like $7. 10, 15 minutes later, they're trading at like 9.50. So I just missed out on $450 on a contract. I don't know why I would ever do that. Obviously, my emotions were all over the place, but that's just something I really, really need to work on. I think a better thing would have been scaling one out at 276, secure that $100, move my stop to break even, put my next limit at 4, which is a good job. I learned that from Dylan. It's very, very useful. Just put your limit out, knowing that retail traders are going to chase the move up. It was good to exit my second one at 4, but then I should have left my third one for this final target, or maybe even capitalize on another 200, $300. So that's just something I need to work on. Next time I have a golden setup like this, I am 100% going to work on managing my emotions better. And despite being that much up, I just need to focus, look at the chart and not the P&L. But even though I did capitalize on like part of this move up, I caught like $5-6, which is a huge deal on Nvidia. And so I'm going to end the video here. It's a shorter video, 8 minutes. I hope you understand why I entered, why I've been eyeing this setup all week, and why it finally paid off. Honestly, you could have just traded today, and with managing your emotions well, you could have made your entire month's salary, considering you're playing like 20, 30 contracts, in about 10, 15 minutes. So not only is that the power of trading, but it also tells you to just be patient. Just wait for that one or two setups you need for a week. You really don't need to trade every day. Monday, Tuesday, I was flat. I took like one trade. I was super patient. Wednesday, I caught a nice move on Tesla. Thursday, I caught a nice move on GME. And then today, I caught this absolute move on NVIDIA. So, yep. I'm going to end the video here. I hope you guys take it easy. It is Memorial Day, so it will be a shorter week, but I hope there are some good setups.